Lesson 107, number 8. It has an ellipse in standard form, and it wants you to write it. It wants you to put the equation, or no, it's in. It wants you to change the form, and it wants you to graph it. So, so you want to do completing the square on this. So what I did is I grabbed the x's, got the x's together, and then I got the y's together. And then I brought the constant over to the other side. And then I factored out just the number part, just the 9, not the, I know you could factor out an x, but you don't want to do that. And then I had, inside here I had x squared plus 6, and then I asked myself, what number will complete the square here? And the way I found that number is I took half of 6 and squared it. So half of 6 is 3 and squared is 9. So I stuck a 9 in there. But what I really have done to this equation by sticking a 9 inside there is added 81, because this 9 out here times this 9 makes 81. So over on the right hand side, to my negative 49 that was already there, I added an 81. Over here I didn't have this 1 yet. I just had, I factored the 4 out, and I ended up with y squared minus 2y, and then I found the magic number that completes the square. It would be half of negative 2 is 1, and 1 squared is 1. So I added 1 here, but this 4 out here makes it equivalent to adding a 4 to the left hand side of the equation. So over here I had to add a 4, which worked out nicely, because when I added these three numbers up, I got a nice little 36 right there. Okay, so then you have it like this, but you want to get it into the equation of an ellipse, and that always has, remember, it's like x minus h all squared over a squared plus y minus k all squared over b squared equals 1. So that's why I divided by 36 all the way across. So that made a 1. The 4 and the 36 canceled out and gave me a 9. This 9 and 36 canceled out and gave me a 4, and I ended up with that nice little equation. So that's part of your answer. They asked for that. They also asked for the graph, so it's easy. This is the nice form that you want to use for graphing. Your center of your circle is found by these two numbers. This is h and k. So it's going to be negative 3, positive 1. And you can even write that. They asked for the center, negative 3, positive 1. So I graphed it, and I wrote it down for them because they asked for that. And then don't get confused. A is always the bigger number, and B is the smaller number. So that's actually a squared, and that's b squared. Okay, and then so those are the numbers that tell you how far out to go on your ellipse. Like this tells me go the square root of 4 is 2, so I went to the right by 2 and to the left by 2. Square root of 9 is 3, so I went up by 3, down by 3. Major axis length. Major axis is just the longer axis, so it's actually 6 if you count. And the minor axis is 4. And that's all they wanted.